see you later. What did Fred Smith do? Fred Smith founded FedEx. We don't know a world today without overnight mail. We take it for granted. And if that professor knew then, that professor knows now, Fred Smith would have said, see you at the bank. He could have made some money off that deal too. The list goes on. Nike, founded by a student athlete. Yeah, I got you on that one. A student athlete and his coach at the University of Oregon. And where is Nike headquartered? Oregon. Sean Diddy Combs founded Bad Boy, Howard University. Russell Simmons, Def Jam Records, City University. I could go on and on. The point is, you naturally embody the entrepreneur's mindset that I'm describing, independent of whether you're sitting there thinking, yeah, I want to own a business. I'm saying when you think about creativity, students, resourcefulness, students, courage, students, resilience, students, it comes naturally to you. So I don't have to sell you on whether you embody the entrepreneur's mindset. You show the world that you already do. You are academic instigators, entrepreneurship initiators, class project coordinators. But you're not player haters, you're not move fakers, you're not value forsakers or troublemakers, but rather you are market and trend originators, revenue and profit generators, technology innovators, opportunity takers, peer rejuvenators, campus activators, anti-procrastinators, dean's list makers, butchers, bakers, and candlestick makers. You make it do what it do. So how do you make the first mindset practical? How do you make it practical? I'm glad you asked. Two things. First, getting back to passion. Bring passion to whatever you do. I get often asked the question about, should I do this or that? Should I pursue this or that? Should I go after this or that? My answer to that question every time is, what's your passion? Or more specifically, we talked about this, what are your gifts, the things you do naturally? And what's your passion, things that you're naturally drawn to? Gifts are the things you're naturally able to do. Passion are the things you're naturally drawn to do. You find the intersection between the two. You know, I get to go to a school that has a chorus or a choir. It doesn't have one student who's passionate about singing, but just not gifted in singing. And that person gets a solo. How does that work? And if you're out there thinking, not University of Kentucky, I must be talking about you. Point is, my passion, entrepreneurship. My gift, technology. So I run a technology business at that intersection. Second thing you do is you embody what I call, well, not what I call, what Jim Collins, the author of Good to Great, calls level 5 leadership. Level 5 leadership. What is that? So the book Good to Great, Collins talks about what separates good companies from great companies, or even arguably good organizations from great organizations. And he says that the good leader, what he calls the level 4 leader, thinks what and then who. What should we be doing? And then who should we get on the bus to help us get there? By comparison, the great leader thinks who and then what. Who should be on the bus? And then once they're on the bus, where should we be going? Give you an example. And please indulge me. Please indulge me. How many of you, by show of hands, have ever heard of Oprah Winfrey? Please, I promise you I'm going somewhere. By show of hands, how many of you have ever heard of Jeff Jacobs? Give me one hand on Jeff Jacobs. I got one hand, okay. So you'll know the story. So Oprah goes through her career. Her passion is helping people. You see that thread through her life. Her gift is communication. Very good communicator, interviewing, probing, exploring. She goes through her career, she's like, you know, there's things about my career I just don't like to do and I don't want to do. Business, finance, accounting, operations, I hate it. In fact, Oprah has a quote. She says, I'm not a businesswoman. How you're a billionaire, not a businesswoman? I don't know how that works. But anyway, she finds a guy who loves operations and finance and the law and all that back office stuff. And what's his name? Thank you. Jeff Jacobs. Jacobs joins her team. Oprah's thinking, who should be on my team? And then what should we be doing? The what? Jacobs comes to Oprah and says, Oprah, I think you can own your show. Oprah says to Jacobs, this is a direct quote, you're crazy. Talk show hosts don't own their shows. Get out of my office. No, I'm serious, Oprah. I can do the deal. Oprah says to Jacobs, if you do the deal, I'll give you 10% of our cost. So what happens? Jacobs does the deal. Oprah goes on to become a billionaire, a philanthropist, owns her own network. She's the only person I know who puts herself on her own magazine every month and still sells. Like if I did that, I'd sell one copy to my mama. And then even she stopped. And then Jacobs finds himself exactly where I hope to be one day, wealthy and anonymous. No one knows who he is. I got one hand on Jeff Jacobs. I want to be there one day. But think about the great stories of business. I'm talking about the entrepreneur's mindset. I know Steve Jobs had a guy named Steve Wozniak. Bill Gates had a guy named Paul Allen. Sergey Brin, Larry Page, Google. David Filo, Jerry Yang, Yahoo. Mark Zuckerberg, and lots of people. Facebook. The team. Level 5 leaders think, who should be on my team first? And then once they're on the team, what should we be doing? Let me say it a little different. You don't tailor your team to your strategy. Tailor your strategy to your team. And that's independent of whether you're a professor, an employee, a business owner, a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor. It doesn't matter. You think who first, and then what? Moving on. That's the entrepreneur's mindset. Second mindset, I'm going to move a little quicker here. The innovator's mindset is the second mindset I am challenging you to embrace to be competitive. What is innovation? The introduction of something new. That's innovation. The introduction of something new. What is the mindset of an innovator? It is the following. Maintaining a healthy acceptance of failure as the only way to innovate. Now notice I said a healthy acceptance of failure. There is such a thing as an unhealthy acceptance of failure. That's called being a failure. But a healthy acceptance of failure embraces 3 tenets. The following 3 tenets. First, failure says nothing about you. It says nothing about you. It's not personal. Second, you learn more in failure than you do in success, oftentimes. Third, this is a quote, it's not mine. Success is nothing more than going from failure to failure with undiminished enthusiasm. But the mediating factor between failure and success is perseverance. That if you're willing to persevere through the challenges of your engineering career, or your business career, or your other career, you'll make it. I'll give you 2 quick examples. I'm going to move off this one in the interest of time. 2 quick examples that make my point. How many of you have heard of WD-40? Okay. WD-40 was founded in San Diego by 3 people who set out to create a line of rust prevention solvents, lubricants. It took them 40 attempts to get the now signature formula right. WD-40 stands for water displacement perfected on the 40th try. It gets better. Second example. How many of you heard of Formula 409? I'm not making this up. Go to Wikipedia. That's where I got it. It's real. 2 young scientists in Detroit set out to create the ultimate cleaner. Laudable goal. Only when they had created the 409th formula did they finally get it right. Formula 409 is representative of how many times it took them to get it right. Now let me just be clear. I would have given up on the 5th try. No, I'm sorry. I'd have given up on the 100th try. Oh, no. I'd have given up on the 200th. No, wait. I'd have given up on the 300th. No, wait. I'd have given up on the 400th attempt. No, I'm sorry. At about 408. That's what I would have given up. 409, people. The mediating factor between failure and success is perseverance. And the innovator's mindset is one that is willing to accept that as part of the process. A healthy acceptance. Now, how do you make that